Hi everyone, Angelina, Sparkling Diva, back with another pick a card reading, and this one is a message for you now, that what you need to know now from the Lenormand cards, the Lenormand deck that I'm using. It's the Gilded Reverie deck that I use, and it's the expanded version, so it has extra cards in it, and these come up in a few sets as well. That's why I'm telling you. We have three choices, and they're quite large. I had to make space for them. Numbers 1 is a tree spirit. Numbers 2 is a squirrel. I can't. Normally I can pronounce it. Anyhow, number 3 is the Welsh dragon. So just feel into it, which one calls to you, and then click the timestamp to your reading. All right, numbers 1, your 3 cards. Yeah, that one should be like that. But then we have the glare, that's the letter. Then we have the well. This is one of the extra cards from the expanded deck, and this is the anchor. Well, let's start with the letter. I think you have received or are waiting to receive a letter, news from somewhere, and it's not something that goes fast. So it could be if you're waiting for something that you have been waiting for a long time, or that whatever it is about is a process, a thing that takes a longer time to finish, for you to know an outcome. And it is personal. Doesn't mean to say that the sender is from your personal circle, but whatever the news is personal. It hits you on a personal level, because it's a handwritten letter, right? And of course, in the past, all letters were handwritten, but I'm feeling that it means for this reading that it's personal. The way it what it does to you, the effect it has on you is quite personal, and it can actually be. It can hit you, because with the well, it's important to stay centered in yourself. To go deep, right? To lower that bucket into the well. And a well is always deep, otherwise it runs dry, then there isn't any water, right? So they had to dig deep to get to the ground level of water, and to lower that bucket so you are in touch with yourself, with your authentic self, who you really are, and remain stable. Because that's also very important with the anchor, is to be flexible, to go with the flow, whatever this is about, not be rigid, right? Like this anchor, you'd expect that to drop down, right? Because an anchor is heavy, but it's floating, it's flowing on the waters. So it's going with the flow without losing yourself, your authentic you, what you want, what you stand for, who you are, and but not being rigid, flowing, not being rigid. And it might be, this might be quite emotional for you, because we have water with the well, and we have water here, and this water is also flowing, right? Because this is I take that to be the ocean, and then there is an ebb and flow, and an ebb and flow, and which for me also enhances that message from the letter, that it's not fast moving. It might go, whatever it is, it might come and go, and if it's some sort of traject. Is that an English word? I don't even know. Let's just call it a project that's going on in your life. That is what this was about, or is going to be about. Then there might, because it takes longer, maybe you're going to have periods of not hearing anything, not knowing anything, and then there's going to be a phone call or an email or an appointment or whatever, and then there's waiting involved. right? Like with the tide, there's also this ebb and that flow, and waiting for the flow to return again, and that kind of stuff. And it can also be that you go back and forth that way emotionally. So that's why it's also so important to stay aligned, connected to your true essence and who you are, to not lose yourself in that ebb and flow either, right? And the outcome, because this is a neutral card, and I feel this is as well. This is positive, a positive card, and this is the outcome. Because I wanted to know what's the outcome going to be of whatever this is about, right? And then we have the clover, a 4-leaf clover. So it's positive, it's good, it's gonna make you happy, and it might also bring new growth, right? Because clover grows really fast and it comes up in spring, right, when everything starts to bloom again, and it's very fertile and green again, and but it's going to have a very positive outcome. You're going to be happy with it, whatever it is. And it can be an official something, right? This that really upsets you, hits you, gets you gets you off kilter. But it can also be a more personal thing from a family, or maybe a lover, or whatever, that you're waiting. But then there is this slow aspect, right? It's not fast moving. It's not fast moving anything. But I think for most of you, it's not going to be from a personal circle. Because the old-fashioned, the old meaning of the letter is also that it is coming from afar. So unless you have family or an ex or whatever very far away, I take afar as meaning not from your personal inner circle, but something that's in the external, like your work or whatever. I don't know, and yeah. So this is what I have for you. I do hope it resonates. I do hope, just don't worry too much about whatever this is, because it is gonna end well. You are going to be happy with the outcome, right? Because we have that clover. But it is important that you stay strong, stable, aligned. Keep your emotions in check. Don't go with the ebb and the flow, and then you're gonna be fine. You can do it. You got this, whatever it is. So that's what I have for you. Thank you for watching. Hope it's helpful, and I'll see you again next time. Okay, numbers 2. This is really quite interesting because we have the dice, and that's a card, an extra card from the expanded version, right? And we have the fox, and we have birds, and then we have another card I'm going to stick in a minute. With the dice, is saying that you have to take a bit of a risk, a gamble, and it's kind of like a leap of faith, and you just have to do that. And this is interesting to have that after following it up, because this is not a positive card, right? It is important that when you take that gamble, when you take a leap of faith, that you do not because we have the rooster there, yeah, and he's carefully guarding his I can't think of the word now. His domain, where the chickens are, to protect them from the fox, who would normally try to get in and eat the chickens, right? Kill the chickens. But the rooster is there, and it's like, well, no way, you're not gonna get in here. You're gonna get in trouble if you come in here. And that's what you have to avoid. You mustn't try to do something or go somewhere when you know it's going to not be so favorable for you. It might not end well. You might get wounded, not literally likely, but figure of speech. Yeah, and so don't take on someone or something because you feel challenged. Have the guts, the inner strength to see that it's too much, that it won't serve you, that it won't do you any good, and that it's just basically the wrong place for you to be. And then have the inner strength to just leave. Sometimes you have to just leave, right? And not fight for something, not continue to do that. And that can be, depending on what it is about, of course, it can be quite difficult to do that, because people get stuck in this, like, I want to get my way, and I want to get acknowledgement, etc., and then keep going, keep trying, keep going, and then actually in the end you are hurting yourself and not getting anywhere anyway, right? And so it's sometimes really the best thing, the wisest thing to do, to just walk away. And there are greener pastures for you. Like here, there are birds of a feather, and you can join them. You can be there. That will work out. They can support you. They understand you because you're all similar, right? And you can get this understanding from them that you cannot get here. And this will do you good. It might actually give you a sense of that you can just sit there, perch on one of these thingies, these sticky thingies, or a branch or whatever, and just be, and just tweet your song, and then have all these other birds reply to you, also tweeting in the same language to you, and just relax and just be. And I think from where you are, that doing this, leaving this, giving up on whatever fight, struggle, thing this is going to feel like quite a huge step, like a real leap of faith, like a gamble, because you do not know with the dice what the outcome is going to be. You can't see that. Yeah, you just roll the dice and it can be anything, right? The outcome of the dice, the numbers. You don't know. You just have to wait and see. So it can feel like a huge thing to stop latching onto whatever this is, to give it up that struggle. And basically it's kind of like moving out of your comfort zone, because however stupid it can be, we are so often in trying to have this perceived safety and security in our lives, that we even stay in a situation that does not nourish us, that doesn't do us any good whatsoever, or not any more, but that still feels safer than leaving that situation behind. So it could be that for you it is indeed like that, and then it feels like a huge leap of faith to just leave that perceived safety. And it is perceived safety because this isn't a safe situation at all. Yes, the fox is larger and also has nasty teeth, but that rooster is not going to be all too nice either, right? And if you're gonna go for it. So, and this is much more pleasant. This is peaceful, tranquil. There's understanding here. So you can be nourished, you can relax, you can recharge the battery even, I feel. And then as outcome, because I did feel I wanted a card as an outcome, because this is neutral, basically. This is negative, and this I'm not certain because it is a new card, so that one is not listed in my book. I think it's also neutral, because whatever the outcome is going to be, right, it's also neutral, I think. But as an outcome, we have another extra card from the expanded version. It's the bridges, and I like this because it really comes together here. This is like closing a gap, moving to another place, and bridging a gap, right? And but it's also like connecting people, or it's also, and I feel that's more important for this reading. You have now, because of these bridges, the means to leave that old place behind and to go to another place where you find this, right? It's not that you're without means. It's not like you're stuck there in that fox situation. You can move to another place. And yeah, it can also be reconciliation, but I don't feel that's the meaning so much for this reading. I do feel it's more the moving from that fox situation and taking that leap of faith and then going over the bridge, or maybe that one, right? And bridging that gap and getting somewhere else where you are being nourished and where you can be you, and where they do speak your language. And I'm not talking about literally, but where people get you, right? So this is what I have for you. If you are in a situation like that, if you do recognize it, then, well, please know that there is a means. You're not stuck. You do not have to stay in this situation, and it is for your own best, for your own highest good, to take that leap of faith and to cross that bridge so you get here. So this is what I have for you, and I hope it resonates. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Right, number 3. Your first 3 cards. I have 2 more for the outcome. This is really very interesting. We have the fish, then we have the man, and then we have the book. And what I get from this, and please don't look up these interpretations in any Lenormand book or website, because I tend to bounce off my intuition with these things, right? And sometimes I just follow the default interpretations, but I tend to bounce off my own intuition, what the cards say to me, and that, right? So anyhow, the fish, I feel this is you. Whether you're a woman or not doesn't really matter. I feel this is you. And the fish is, there's 3 fish, right? And there's likely to be more that are out of view. I feel that you are likely in a sort of overwhelm, and too many options or too much input, too many things that are coming towards you, and so in that sense, a kind of overwhelm, not the kind of overwhelm that has you completely off kilter emotionally. I don't get that, but it's like, okay, I don't know what to do. This is a bit too much, and right, and you have to now just sit back and wait, not do anything much really, not make any decisions yet, and just wait and stick to your own guns, your own point of view. Do not get distracted. So you can just, almost like a movie, almost like what you can see here. The man is looking at these fish. Just observe it, watch it, whatever turbulence or whatever is going on around you. Observe it, watch it, but you do not have to make a choice just yet, right? And it's best, what I feel from these cards, but if you are in a situation and you recognize this and you're under pressure to make a choice or whatever, then follow your own intuition by all means as well, of course. But we do have this the book here, and this always is like a clock with a dial, so there is timing involved here as well. Maybe the answer is in the book, right? What you have to do, or what's best for you to do, but the book is locked still, and it won't open until the time is ripe. Until you are ready, or the situation is ready, or whatever, right? There's divine timing in play here. And in that sense, it's best to just sit back and just wait. and observe it, right? You don't have to stick your head in the sand, just observe what's going on. You're safe. There's nothing really, that none of these fish seem to have teeth, and none of them are really coming at you directly or anything. So just observe what's going on and learn from it, maybe. And with this, I also feel it's kind of like a secretive, a bit of a mystery, right? That book that is locked can also be a personal journal. And I get the sense with that in this reading that it means that you shouldn't expose or tell all your thoughts, abilities, options, whatever you know, all these things. Just hold back with that a bit as well. It's not the time yet. It's not the time yet. Don't show, expose, yourself in that sense with your thoughts or your opinion or where you actually really want to go in this situation. Just don't. Not yet. Wait for the book to open. And we have confirmation of that divine timing, because for the outcome, I have 2 cards. There's another one. But one of them is, again, for you as well, an extra card from the expanded deck. Come on. The clock. And again, you see divine timing. There's Lord knows how many different clocks involved here, right? And the time is not right yet. You are not ready, or the situation isn't ready. You have to wait for that to be ripe. Whether that's you or the situation, or both. That's also possible. And then things can move. And the other card for the outcome is the flowers, the bouquet. So there is going to be a good ending. It's going to be like a gift. A very positive card, right? It's just like when you get a bunch of flowers. That's really nice. So the outcome is going to be positive. It's going to be good. It's going to likely indeed feel like a gift. But you just have to wait. You have to be a bit patient for now. And yeah. So yeah, this is what I have for you. I can't make any more of it, really. So I do hope you recognize it, because I can't get into a specific situation because it's not a personal reading and I don't know what it's going to be about exactly, right? I can only give the energies, the dynamics and advice of what's best to do or not to do. But I do hope you recognize it and that you know what it is about for you. And then I'm going to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.